Hi, welcome to Pluralsight. My name is Pankaj Jain and welcome to this module on calling functions from SQL. Oracle allows us to call a PL/SQL function from SQL. This can help extend our functions and make them more useful. In this module, we will take a look at the usage and restrictions of calling functions from SQL statements. So why should you call functions from SQL? Your SQL function can do a lot of filtering of the result set. In the absence of using the function, the alternate approach would be to fetch the entire data set and then, using the logic used in the function, filter the data set, which would be not that efficient, or write a very complex query to achieve the same results, which makes it difficult to maintain. It also makes your SQL more powerful, as now you can do so much more with it by leveraging the PL/SQL functions. Some SQL statements can be run in parallel. So when you call functions in SQL statements, you also enable the SQL statements inside the function to be run in parallel. However, there is a small performance cost of context switching from SQL to PL/SQL when you use functions in SQL, something you must be aware of. However, with each version of Oracle, this cost is going down. You should use the functions in SQL where the benefits we talked about overweigh the small context switch cost. Where can they appear? They can be called to fetch a value as a part of the select list. For example, in this code snippet, we invoke the Oracle built-in function upper to convert the pass character string test to uppercase. And next is an example of calling a user-defined function getDeptName inside a select. Select empid getDeptName empdeptid from employee. Here I am passing the column empdeptid to the function, and so it will get called for each empdeptid fetched by the select statement. The functions can appear as a part of the conditions in the where clause or the having clause. It can appear as condition as a part of the select, update, delete, or insert statements. Here in this code snippet, I am selecting count star from employee, where the value returned by the function getDeptName for each empdeptid fetched by the select statement is compared to the value of IT. You can similarly use it in a where condition of an update statement to update the employee location to Washington, where the getDeptName function taking an empdeptid returns the value of IT. They can appear as a part of the values clause of an insert statement. Here in this code snippet, I am inserting the empdeptid using the value returned by the function getDeptid, which takes the department name IT as an input parameter. They can appear in the set clause of an update statement. Here we are updating the employee table, setting the empdeptid to the value returned by the function getDeptid, taking in a parameter IT for employee ID 10. Some other places they can appear are in the order by, group by, connect by, and start with clauses. For example, here we are seeing it used in the group by clause, where we are getting the count of employees and the department name returned by the getDeptName function, taking an empdeptid from the employee table and grouping it by the return value of the function. Some places where they cannot appear are to specify the default value of a column in a table declaration, as well as to specify the check constraint values of a column in the table definition. This is because we want values which would not change in these cases.